Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to day two of the AR Spark AR Learn workshop. I hope you could find time to practice the effect that Mrinank had taught you yesterday. Today, he would be taking you across the advanced capabilities, and he would also talk to you about the Spark AR policies and teach you how to upload your effect. So, without taking much of your time, I'm handing over the mic to Ronak. And please feel free to post your questions, your queries in the chat box. We would be addressing all of them. And after the session, we really look forward to having your effect submissions.
Thank you so much, Anamika ma'am, for the great introduction. And I hope everyone is excited to get started with the second day of creating amazing AR effects, right? So now you can see my camera. I am sitting in some room, and the room behind is not the way it looks right now exactly, but I have changed it using the virtual background, and this is what we are going to create today using Spark AR. So you will be teleporting to some other place using any image where you want to teleport yourself. Like for example, today we are going to get teleported to beach. So without any further ado, I will just quickly share my screen and get started with creating the effect for the same. So yesterday we just started with the face tracking effect. We added a plane on above of our head and added some material and texture to the same, right? So today we are going to create an effect based on some advanced capability. So like we will be doing person segmentation and we will be changing the background. Right now you can see the background behind me is white wall. So we are going to change that white wall into a beautiful beach, right? So that's our goal for today. So also make sure that you are posting your questions in the comments, so I will be addressing it after some time. So yeah, yesterday I taught you about a few things. We spoke about the scene panel, we spoke about what are assets. uh, just let me squeeze this to person. It's lagging. Yeah, we saw what viewport is, how you can access various elements on the viewport, how you can change the simulators like sizes of the screens and all those things. On the right side there is properties plane. We saw how you can play with those properties using the right side properties pane as well, and using these options located above. So this was all about what we studied yesterday, but today we are going to go a bit into advanced things, advanced capabilities like person segmentation. So most of you might have used effects where the hair color is changed, or there are some different things like background is changed, or else skin color is changed and all those things. So that's what we are going to create today. So for that we need to segment the person, right? So firstly we will segment the person from the background, and then we will start working on it. So let me change it back to my face so you will be able to understand it better. So now for the person segmentation, I need to select camera in the scene panel, right? Face, my body, and all those things. So just click on camera, and on the right side you can see there are various options: texture extraction, camera depth extraction, and segmentation. So we need to segment ourselves from the background. So for that reason, I will be clicking on the plus logo in front of segmentation. Once I click that, there are three options: person, hair, and skin. What type of extraction you want to perform? So for now I want to. So now you can see in the left side in the assets panel in textures, we got segmentation mask texture, right? So when I click on this, there are various properties on the right side, like age, softness, mask size, type. You can change the type here as well, person, hair, and all those things. But you won't be able to see any difference in the simulator, because we haven't added that texture to any material, and we haven't added any material to any object. So let's get started with that as well. So for this thing, to add the texture, we need some material, and for that material we need some object. So let's start with adding object to our scene, right? So for this we need a rectangle object. So just type rectangle in the search box, and click on insert. Once you click on insert, then you will be able to see canvas is imported by default, right? So above, below the canvas, the rectangle is there. So let me rename it as background. So this rectangle is now situated on the top left corner. Yesterday we inserted or imported a plane which was situated in the middle of the screen, right? So always, like if it is a 3D object, it's basically placed in the center of the screen, and if it is a rectangle or a 2D object, it is always located on the top left corner, right? So now what I want to do is, I want this rectangle to fill my complete device size, right? So I can either change it by playing with the values here, like 100, it is 100, so I can just type 150, and you can see that it's increasing, right? So if I put 200, it's increasing more. But now what I am expecting that rectangle to be of the size of my complete device. So I will just enter fill width. Now its complete width is selected. You can see it in the viewport as well. Let me zoom it. Yeah. Also I want it to fill my fill height as well. So in the height I will select fill height. Now you can see the rectangle is completely covering my device size, right? So now I will add same thing. We will add a material to it. We did this yesterday as well. Like it's the same process for 2D and 3D objects, just there are a few changes in it. So now I will add material. When you add a material to it, so now you can see it's a bit grayish thing. So again, I told you yesterday as well. Let me just. This is looking grayish because of the directional light here. So now we will change the shader type from standard to flat, and now you will be able to see a slight difference that the gray color switched to white, pure white color, because we are just ignoring that directional light. Okay, so that's the reason we are able to see it complete white. So now we will be adding this material. Just let me change it. Yeah. Now I will be changing, adding that material to the see to our object, the background object, right? Mm, but before that, we need to play with the segmentation. Yeah. Now what we need to do is, we need to add that segmentation mask texture to our material, right? So for that we will be clicking on alpha. So the alpha is disabled by default, so we need to enable it. So for enabling, there is a simple option to click on the checkbox. Once you click on the checkbox, so now you will not be able to see the drop down, but once you enable it, you will be able to see more two options. One is invert and the second one is texture, right? So the first one is invert. So first let's add the segmentation mask texture, and then we will see what happens. So just as soon as I add the segmentation mask texture, so it's segmenting me from the background, right? Because it's person segmentation, as the word itself mentions it. But what I want is, my expectations are the background should be segmented and I should be properly visible. Okay, so I will just simply click on invert. And yeah, now you can see actually the wall was white as well. That's why you might not be able to see much difference. But now what I want is, I want to change the color of the segmented background. So I will just click on color. You can choose any color. I will just keep it a bit lightish. Yeah, now you can see, now you are able to see the color, some different color. Previously my wall was of white color, and now you can see it's purplish color, right? So it's segmenting, you can see it here as well. So it's segmenting me as a person, and the background color is changed using this diffuse shader properties, right? So you can play with any, you can choose any color that you want. There are various options here. You can select this one as well from these pencil colors, or you can just select any color from the spectrum. There are sliders as well, so you can select it using sliders, or you can select any color that you wish to use. You can just preview it, and if you like it, then you can keep it. Just one thing is that when you have chosen the color, you can't actually move ahead without clicking on OK, right? Because it doesn't no changes happen if you haven't clicked OK. So OK means you are accepting those changes, and once you accept those changes, then only you can move ahead with playing around with all other things. So now if I disable this invert, so I will be assigned that color that I have chosen, and the background will look, original background will be visible to you, right? So but I don't want this thing. So you can see it segments complete person. Okay, so invert. Yeah, you can play around with it as well. So again, I am switching back to segmentation mask texture. And now if I play with these types, so type is person right now. If I change it to hair, so my hairs get that color, right? The color which I have chosen. There is another option, skin. So it will just segment my skin to some particular color, right? So now it's segmenting my detecting my skin and changing its color. So there are some other properties as well, age, softness, mask size. So if I select increase the mask size, then it increases the proper, you can see it's not actually segmenting properly. Okay, so I will just reduce it to default. And edge softness is the softness that you can see. It's not, there are not sharp edges around the segmentation. So if I reduce it, so it will give some sharp edges, right? So that's edge softness. uh, I prefer to keep it 100. It's again your choice, what you want to keep, you can keep. So I will switch it back to person. Again, I will go to material, alpha, and I will click on invert. Till this point, anyone has any doubts, feel free to put in the comments. Make sure you are asking all your doubts and getting all those solved. So uh, you will be able to create some amazing AI effects and make your submissions. Great. So now I have inserted a color, but I don't want any color. I want an image, right? So what I told you was I want to teleport you to some other place. Like if you have some amazing city, your dream city, dream place you where you wish to visit, and at this moment you are not able to visit there, but you can create an AR effect for the same, right? You can visit there anytime with the help of augmented reality. So let's change this color back to white, because otherwise it won't be the image that I'm going to use will also get affected with this, with it. Okay, I just Click on cancel. Yeah. How to achieve this effect in real use? Pooja, can you just elaborate the question more? I am not able to understand the question. What do you mean by real use? If you mean what is the use case of creating such background replacement AR experiences, so without actually visiting a particular location or place, you can just create an AR effect and just you can also have some UI pickers, so you can choose among those 3 to 4 locations and teleport yourselves there. Cool. So now I have this. I think it's not complete, right? Yeah. So now I want to add an image here, right? So I have one image with me. So I will just quickly add it to the assets panel. Yeah. So this is the image that I will be using. You can use any image that you want. You can just download it from Google and you can use it. It's loading. And then we have any questions. Yeah. So now I have the image that I want. So I will just stop its compressing. I don't want it to be compressed. So you can see in the preview the image that I'm going to use. So I have the texture. I just need to add it to the material, right? So I will click on material and select the texture from the drop down, the beach image. And now you can see I am there on the beach. You can see it is visible only for the device size. So it's because we when we imported the rectangle as an object, so we selected fill width and fill height. So it just takes the width and height of the device size. So behind that you can see the wall, and when I am in the device, so this rectangle that you can see is the device, right? And all these things, now you can see my hand is above like outside the device size, and as I slightly move my hand inside the device screen, so it's getting visible in the simulator as well. So you can change it to some other devices as well, let's say. mm, I will, okay. Yeah. So it just renders perfectly as you have selected these things. But there is one more thing that I want you to do. Just go to advanced render options and just unselect all these two options, that is use depth and right to depth, right? If anyone wants to use this effect which we have to make, so how to provide with this. Yeah, so once everyone is ready with their filters, once we are done with the creating the filters, I will be walking you through how you can publish your AR effect. So what are good things that you should follow to submit your AR effects as well. So we will be doing that as well today. Once we everyone is ready with the filters, let me know if you are done with this and you are completely familiar with how you can change the background. Just let me know that, then we can move ahead. Now if I want to add the one more thing that we did yesterday, the face tracking effect, right? So if there are any people who are facing any difficulties regarding face tracking, I will show that as well quickly. So you just have to click on the plus sign, go to face tracker, click on insert. Yeah, I have the face tracker right now. You won't be able to see any changes in the simulator, but you will be able to see the changes in the uh, viewport. Just let me change this view. Now you can see on my face there are some three axes. So I will quickly add a plane to it. Yeah. Again, there is the same issue in the plane. The plane is not tracked by my face, so I will just drag this plane, put it in the face tracker. uh, I will rename this as good one. Cool. uh, I will create a new material for that. Create new material. Then here it created material 0 for me. I will just change it to good vibes underscore matte. I will select the texture. Okay. I will just change the shader type to flat. Now I will yeah, also I forgot to tell you one more thing. So as we have added the face tracker, it will try to identify our face, right? So if you hide your face, it will show you a prompt that find a face, and if you show your face again, the plane will appear. So this is because we have added a capability of face tracker, and if the device is unable to track your face, or it's unable to detect your face, so it will show you a prompt that find a face. And as soon as you it gets a track or it detects your face, it will show the plane, or it will work with all the capabilities that are under face tracker. So the plane was getting hidden because we have the plane under face tracker, right? So now I will just now I will show you how you can uh, directly add the texture using this thing on the in the properties plane itself, right? So just click on choose file. This was the image that we used yesterday. Cool. I just need to change the textures compression and set it to none. Also what we did yesterday was we changed its so now it looks a bit too compressed, so I will just okay, sorry, we need to change it 1.5 on x-axis. I will change its location to 0.15. Yeah, it's fine. Or yeah, it looks great. Also make sure that I will show you one issue that happens if the face tracker is above your canvas. Okay, so it will yeah, one more thing. So just go to plane, which material you have used, good vibes matte. So in its advanced render options, so now you can see if I am coming closer to the screen, it's able to see it a little bit. So just go to advanced render options and select all these both things, and make sure that the face tracker is below your canvas, because if it's above the canvas it will first get rendered, and above that we are adding the background personal segmentation, so it's also getting segmented. So we want it below our canvas, and now you can see it's completely visible. So, yeah. So is everyone clear till this point? You know how you can just change the background using person segmentation, how you can add a face tracking effect as well. If you have any doubts, feel free to put it down in the comments. Cool. So let's move ahead. So now we have this effect ready, and now what I want to do is I want to share it with other friends or share it on social media. So everyone in this world, everyone on social media can use my effect and create some reels, stories, or share it with their friends and all those things. Right. So let me just zoom it out a little bit. Yeah. Cool. So now, before I publish this AR effect, I need to test it on my device to check whether it's working fine on the device or not, whether it's feeling, whether it's actually working fine with the requirements that I am asked for. Like if you are working for some client or for some brand or for someone has gave you an order to create an AR experience. So if you are creating this for your personal experience, personal practice as well, even then you will need to try it out on your device if it's working fine or not, right? So for that we will first test it on our device. For that there are two ways. Either you can just install Spark Air Player and connect it with your laptop or mobile phone, and then you can just check it out. But today I will be using Instagram or Facebook for getting the link, test link, right? So before that we need to select the properties, like which experience type I have created this effect for. So let's see what project properties are there. uh, so in change project properties I will select experience. So I need to select one experience for which I have developed this air effect. So click on add experience. There are three for the at the moment. One is sharing experience, the second one is ads, and the third one is video calling, right? So I have created this effect for sharing experience. So what sharing experience means is people can use this effect for creating stories, creating reels, creating posts, or creating message or sending it in messages to your friends. So I have clicked on sharing experience. Just click on insert. Yeah. So now I have selected the sharing experience. Now I can choose on what platform I want this to be supported: Instagram, Facebook, or both. So I have selected both here. I will just click on done. So now the experience type has been selected. Now I will test it on my device. So the second option here is test on device. Just click on test on device, and there are two options you can see. One is install Spark Air Player, and the second one is test on device. So I have selected test on device. Now I will test it on my device.
I think, guys, there is some kind of technical glitch from our mentor side. Let's wait for a minute. He'll be right back. So by the time, if you guys have any kind of queries or doubts, you can kindly put them down in the comment section. We are just going to begin with the stream very soon. Our mentor is having some kind of technical glitch. He's coming back very soon. Please pin down your comments or anything you want to ask to the mentor and how's the session going. So yeah, we have comments from Palak Lodha, Pooja Seth, and many more. I can see many more people viewing this stream. Kindly put down all the thoughts or comments you are, having. If you want to learn something more, you can put them down in the comment section. I think our mentor is back. Brunang, can we proceed with the session? Yeah, our mentor is back. So, Brunang, can we proceed with the session again?
Yeah, sure. Sorry for the inconvenience. There was some network issue at my
I think
end.
you are not audible.
What is that? Am I audible now?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're audible.
Yeah.
Let's proceed again.
Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. There was some network issue at my end. I will just quickly uh, share my screen again. So we are now testing our device, testing our effect on the device. So I will just click here, and in the sharing experience, I will click on the social platform that I want the test link on, right? So I will just click on refresh. So it's getting uploaded to my Instagram or Facebook. So also it doesn't mean, so I have received a notification on my Instagram. uh, yeah, so I can preview it on my mobile phone. So I can just use my mobile phone for using the effect, right? So it doesn't mean now I have received the just a preview link. It doesn't mean that this filter is published. It's only so that you can try out your filter if it's working fine or not, right? So now let's suppose you are creating an effect for some brand or for an organization. So it's like you will try your effect, but you also need them to try out the effect and share their review. If they want some more capabilities added, if they want something extra to be imported into it, right? So for that thing, uh, Spark app provides you 50 test links as well. So just click on test link. You can copy this link and send it to the what we can say, send it to the brand, send it to any person, send it to the lead of the organization or anyone that's capable of reviewing it or is at that level or position, right? So once you send them the test link, they will try it out and send you the feedback that these things need to be modified, these things need to be updated, and all those things. So once you receive an feedback from them, you will make the changes, and then you can again send them the test link, right? So till this point, everything is good. Just let me know. Are you completely familiar now with how you can send a test link to your device or your socials, so you can try out your filter just for the previewing purpose, not for publishing? Once you are clear with this, then we will move forward to publishing the effect. Also, you won't be able to get the Instagram option or one of the options if your Facebook and Instagram is not connected with each other. So you might only get one option if it's not connected using the account center. So you need to make sure that it's connected, and if it's not, then first connect it, and then you will be able to see both social options in the Spark Air Studio. Just let me know in the comments if we are good to move ahead, or you want me to explain a particular thing till this point. I think there are no doubts. Let's move it. So now we have previewed the effect. It's working perfectly fine, and now we are ready to publish it on the socials. So anyone in the world can use your effect to create stories, reels, and all those things. Cool. So before publishing, there are a few things that you need to keep in your mind. Uh, there are the policies, Spark AI policies, which you need to read out, which you need to understand, so that there are no issues while after you publish your effect. So why I am saying this thing, why you need to uh, read out the policies, why you need to be aware before publishing the effect? Because when you publish your effect, so the effect is not directly published. Once you publish your effect, it gets reviewed by the Facebook team. So the Spark AI team will check out whether it's working fine or not. And once the your effect is reviewed, then it gets published onto the socials. Then your effect is universally visible, or anyone can just search it from the effect gallery and use it in their reels, stories, and all this stuff, right? So now there are a few points that you need to keep in mind. One of those is like, you shouldn't have some violent images in your effect, like gun and all those things might lead to disapproval of your effect. Then the effect name should be perfect, like it should not include a personal name or repeated effect id, repeated effect name. Then there are some things like, this effect should be working on all types of devices, right? uh, we are creating effects so that everyone can use, right? We are not just targeting a particular audience, like only iPhone users should be able to use it, only Android users should be able to use it. We are targeting a audience, universal audience. So we should take care of all these points. You should not have a particular capability that only works on a particular device, right? So your filter or your AR experience should be such that anyone can use it on their devices. So that's one point that you need to keep in mind, right? Can we add dynamic background in our effect? Yeah, Pooja, you can use dynamic background in your effect, but for that, what you need to do is you need to add animation sequence to it. There's no option to add video in Spark AI Studio, but you can surely just create an animation sequence. So as you know, video is just frames of images. A lot of frames together makes a video. So you need to select those frames, and then you can add it in the animation sequence, and you can have that in the background as well. So that's one way to create an animation sequence and add it to the background for the dynamic background, right? So for the policies, you can just search for Spark AI Hub policies. You can go through those, and there are a very few points mentioned. So just go through those policies, and then you are good to go and publish your AR effect. So these were all the policies that you need to keep in mind. These were just some of them. You can always take a read at the all the policies listed. The third thing is, before publishing the effect, you need to keep a few things handy. What are those things? First one is, all of you might have used various AR effects, right? So how do you know what you need to perform while using that AR effect? So, for example, if an effect is doing something special, like if you open your mouth, something is happening. If you close your eyes or blink your eyes, something is happening. So now in this effect, we have this good vibes label, which is moving as we move our head, right? Or it's tracking our face. So how a person can understand that good vibes is using face tracker? So you need to shoot a small demo video where if you hide your face, the good vibes is not there, but if I show my face back, then good vibes is there. So it helps the user to understand how the effect is actually working, right? So for that, you need to shoot a small demo video. It can be of 5 to 8 seconds. It's fine if it's like 3 to 4 seconds. Just it should be able to help the user understand how they can use your AR experience, right? So that's the main purpose of creating a demo video. Now you have shot the demo video. Now what you need is, so now what you need is one more thing is logo, which you need, as you might have seen some, there is a small circle or there is a small square where you can see the logo of the effect. There is name, effect name as well. These things need to be handy so that there is no last time hustle at your end while publishing the effect, and then you just get panicked. You just shoot the demo video in hurry, and then it might get missed, right? So I will just walk you through how you can publish it. So below the test on device there is a publish button. Just click here. Also it should meet all the space size requirements. So file sizes meet requirements, capabilities meet requirements, and now I am publishing a new effect. I will just click on upload. So now this will redirect me to Spark AR Hub, where you can see insights for your effects, how your effect is working, how your effect is gaining popularity. You can see insights, who is using, what is the audience, and all those things. Yeah, so now the Spark AR Hub is loading. Here it will ask me a few questions about the effect, like effect name, which categories it falls to. Then it will ask me to upload the logo for the effect. It will ask me to upload the video for the effect, right? So all this, once we add in all these things, you can submit it. Once you submit it, it will get reviewed by the team, and then your effect will get approved or rejected on the basis of like what, whether it meets space requirements or not. But mostly I hope you all will be creating amazing effects which will get approved for sure. So effect name, so I need to give name to the to my effect. So now I will say good vibes here. You can put any name. So here is the file that we have, uh, made a file, right? So platforms, you can select the platforms here. So your effect isn't eligible for all platforms because of the capabilities it uses. So there is some capability which is not allowed on Messenger. So that's the reason it's not allowing me to create an effect for publish it on all platforms, right? Then audience, I want this link only audience or a public audience, so I can select that as well. So owner, this will be Facebook account, this will be the Instagram account, right? So in categories, you can, there are various categories, right? Like immersive effect. So there is a description as well. So what immersive actually means: innovative effects that immerse people in a story or a scene. So world AR, games, appearance, selfies. So if you are creating some makeup filters, so it will come under appearance. Then if your effect is to be used using selfie camera, the front camera, then you can select selfies, love, weird and scary, sci-fi and fantasy, animals, fandom, causes, color and light, camera styles, events, surroundings, and much more. Right. So you need to select any four categories here, and then you need to add some keywords. So keywords describe your effect. So if you are creating, now we added a beach in the background, so it describes my effect that there is a beach in the background. So I can add beach in my beach as my keyword. Then I can give, click on enter, so it gets completed and I can enter my next keyword. So good, uh, good vibes, then vibes, happy, mood, and all those things, right? So I can add up to 20 keywords here. Then here the, you can just add the demo video. As I said, you need to be ready with a demo video. It can be of maximum 32 MB. You can just choose file, upload your video. You will be able to see that demo video here as well, right? So this is how your Instagram profile looks. Here the demo video will be seen. The dark gray color is for the image or the icon of your logo of your effect. So you can just either use video thumbnail icon from the video thumbnail, or you can upload an square image. So if you have collaborated with someone else, like if two Spark AI creators have worked together and in creating an AR experience, then you can add them as a collaborator. So publication date, if you are creating this effect for some particular event, right? So you can just set a particular time and date for publication, or you can keep it as soon as possible, right? And then you need to click on submit. Effects are read this effects are usually reviewed within 24 hours. This may take longer on weekends, right? So usually you will get a reply from them. You will receive an email as well that your effect has been approved, and it gets usually reviewed within 4 to 5 hours or within 24 hours. But it might vary along to the, if there are holidays or weekends and all those things. Once you complete all these things, you can click on submit, and your AR effect will get you will be able to see that your effect is in review. And when it gets accepted, you will get an reply from them. You will get a notification as well on socials, and also you will be getting a mail that your effect has been approved. Then you can share the link. So I will just show you how you can share the link as well. Till this point, do you have any doubt how you can publish the effect? Just let me know in the comments. Okay. So these are the effects, right? So for example, if I go to this long exposure effect, so you just need to select any effect whose insights you want to see, or you want to get a link that you can share with your friends. So for example, this is the demo video. This is the icon which you can see on your Instagram profile. This is how it will look on Facebook, I guess. This is how it will look on Instagram. The name is here, icon is here, and here with the demo video will load, right? So now I want to share the link, right? So just click on share, and you will be able to see the platforms here of Instagram, Facebook, video calling. Just click here. The link is copied to clipboard. You can share it on you can share this link to your friends. They can just click on the link, and it will redirect them to the Instagram's particular effect. Also, they can access that filter on your Instagram account. Okay, so this is how you will get a dedicated section on Instagram for filters, and they can just click on this effect, and there will be a try it option. Just click on try it, and they can create some amazing stories and reels using that effect. So that's all. That's how you can develop an AR effect with advanced capabilities as well, and publish it so people can use that effect on their socials. So if you have any doubts, feel free to put it in the comments, and I will be more than happy to answer to all your queries. Also, let me know the feedback if you like the session, you learned something new today.
Yeah, great. So, guys, if you have any kind of queries, you can kindly put them down in the comment section. Our mentor is here to help you out with them. And if not, we are good to wrap up with the session. So yeah, we have a comment from Pooja said. She says, "Thank you, sir. Fantastic session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pooja.
The session was going amazing.
Thanks,
Great.
Palka.
So I think there are no more queries from our audience side. So
Yeah.
let's wrap up with the session as of now. And guys, please do follow us and subscribe the channel. We are coming up with more such content. See you at the next workshops and next creative workshops for this augmented reality. Thank you everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.